Tennis season is just a couple days away for the ladies as they open their year this coming weekend at the University of Northwestern Ohio. And joining us to get geared up for this upcoming year is ladies head coach Scott Thielke. Coach, glad to be back with you. Obviously an exciting time. Last year we had a fun year. Get to go to Chicago. We won the conference tournament. And now you got some good freshmen. You got some talented upperclassmen. And, pretty good excitement level, I think, heading into this campaign. What do you make of just the year coming ahead? And, the girls have been putting in a lot of hard work, and I think we got something cooking here in Gambier.
Well, I think that for the first week of practice, we've done really well. It's been a really good first week. We're starting week 2 now, and things are continuing in the same direction. The depth that we're going to have with the women's team is tremendous. And I also think it's a big time for some freshmen to come in and start and be big contributors to the program. So it's going to be a very good year.
Let's talk about those freshmen, because I said to you and to Alvin that Erica Oku, Alana Blackwood, Kayla Pukic, I hope I got that name right, Elena Prinovitz, and Jaylon John. They all kind of stuck out to me back when we had that invitational back in September. What do you make of those ladies? And obviously, they're going to have a chance to come in and contribute right away.
Definitely. I think it's going to be interesting to see where the freshmen are in the lineup. And I think it's possible that we could have 3 or even 4 freshmen playing in the lineup. So if that happens and we're really playing that well, it'll make a huge difference for our team. But there's no doubt that we're going to have at least a few freshmen in the starting lineup right away.
Speaking of them, in double, last year Diana Abubakar and Jenna Murray, they had some memorable matches, and now Erica Oku is going to get mixed in with Diana. Kind of describe her, Erica, or all the freshmen, if you can, in kind of short increments.
I think with Erica, the good thing about Erica's game is that she can do everything. Okay. She can volley well, she moves well, she hits really solid ground strokes, she has a good serve. There's really nothing that she can't do. And so that's a big plus, and it's something that I think, obviously from the fall with Diana and Erica going to the finals of the ITA regional, it kind of shows that, yeah, she's definitely going to be a big factor in doubles with Diana. I think with Jaylon and Alana made it to the semifinals of the ITAs and lost to the same team that beat Erica and Diana. And so you look at that and you say, okay, we had 2 teams make it to the Final Four. We were the only school at the ITAs that had 2 teams make it to the Final Four. So I think our doubles will be very solid. I think that's going to be a big plus. And then we bring back in doubles, we bring Grace and Maggie back, who had a great year last year and really have played well together. So I think that's going to be a big factor. I think with Kayla, I think Kayla could find herself in the singles lineup quite a bit this year. Great competitor, moves really well, good athlete. So I think that's going to be a big plus too. So I think it looks good for all of them.
Sure. Now, with a lot of freshmen that are going to be getting playing time, maybe some, you don't want to say jealousy, but how do you as a coach kind of, get everyone same mindset, just having the take your role and run with it as best you can to the betterment, or for the betterment of the team?
Well, they're a close team. They do a lot of things together. So I know that they think about that, but I think they are also, they're unselfish in the fact that they want to make sure the team does as well as they can. And so I think if that means there's a freshman playing better than a sophomore or a junior right at that moment, then that's probably who should play. But certainly it's a long season. So I think the upperclassmen that were big contributors last year, they're going to be big contributors this year as well. So it's a long season. So people will come in and out of the lineup depending on how well they play, depending on injuries as well. So there'll be a lot of factors. The nice thing is that if we do lose one person to injury or illness or something, it's not going to cost us a lot because we have other players who are just as good.
Right.
They can come in and play.
You mentioned the doubles and how you think that might be a strength. Any other strengths? And on the other side, what do you think needs to be worked on the most? From right now over the course of the season to reach the potential that I think this group has.
Well, we have a lot of talent, and so a lot of times when players have a lot of talent, their shot selection gets a little messed up because they can, like with Erica, she can do so many different things that sometimes she'll choose the wrong shot at the wrong time, and Alana does the same thing, and Jaylon does the same thing. So I think that's a factor, like becoming much more consistent with their play and making good choices. When it's time to finish balls, they finish balls. When it's time to keep them in play, they keep them in play. So I think that's a big factor. It's one of the things I think is you look at how Annie Reiner did last year. She always made pretty good choices. She didn't, go outside of what, she was good at, and she's a really good competitor. So that's what makes Annie good. And the good thing is I think Kayla has that same factor in her game, that she battles really well. She's a good fighter, likes to compete. So I think that'll be a big plus for us, because I think as people watched Annie play last year, and obviously she held off 5 or 6 match points. Yeah.
Right.
She's a fighter.
Yeah.
She's a fighter.
Okay. Coach, I want to thank you for your time. Good luck this weekend at Northwestern Ohio, and we're excited to see what the ladies will accomplish here in 2018.
That's good. Thanks.